as we see in front of us here, there is a site. It's called the Miracles of the Quran, and actually I like this site. It's one of my comedy. Now I don't know what to say. You know, Islam is an amazing religion, and the Christians are jealous because they don't have miracles like the one in the Quran. We have to face it. You know, I mean, face it, guys.
Let me remind you, the glorious Quran is not a book of science, S-C-I-E-N-C-E, but it's a book of signs, S-I-G-N-S. It's a book of ayats. It's a book of verses. And the glorious Quran has more than 6,000 signs, 6,000 ayats, 6,000 verses, out of which more than 1,000 speak about science.
And I challenge you to show me one, just one miracle. If you want to show me more, I mean, you're more than welcome. But I challenge you to show me one miracle in the Quran from all the thousands of fabricated fictions, stories you Muslims spread all over the internet. You see, here we go. I'm going to give you even a website. This website is full of them. Choose one, choose two, choose three, choose four, choose five, choose six. I assure you that every single of them, every single one of those, what it's called miracles, is a scam. Who is the Muslim wanna prove me wrong? Is that a true or it's a fabrication? Who is the Muslim wanna show us that this is not a fabrication? Anyone?
The Quran is a miracle of eloquence. The Quran is a miracle of eloquence.
You see, I will let it go. If one miracle is true, the rest is true. What do you think? I mean, don't tell me that all the written miracles we see in front of us are not even one of them is true. This is what it's mean. That's none of you is willing to come and call me and show me what is those miracles. And you know, guys, if you look at their website, they are using like you know, pictures of science and like what? As an example, look, I like the ants. Let us go to the ants. What's the story of the ants?
Now, we didn't talk about ants, so let's talk about ants. Ants are pretty common. Hardly any place in the world you go that you don't run into ants. I just saw some a little while ago when I was eating, but I beat them to it, so don't worry about it. What about ants? Now, if there's really a God and he really knows what he created, he ought to know about ants. True? He'd have to know about ants. Did you know there's a whole chapter in this book called The Ant?
All right. Wingless ants are all females. Do you wanna do this one? The wingless ants are all females. I mean, the Quran, he knew that. You know, every Muslim is a liar until he proves the opposite. And I will show you in a second how stupid Islam and the Muslims when they lie, because this is not a stupidity of ignorance. No, they knew they are lying. So look what they say in here. Read with me carefully. All male ants have wings. All workers ants are females. All ants do not have wings. Definitely females. Okay. This was only known recently, but 1400 years ago, the Quran addressed ants who cannot fly in a female mood.
Quran says in Surah Namal, chapter number 27, verse number 17 and 18, that when Solomon and his army, with hosts of men, jinns and birds, when they walked and when they approached a lowly valley of ants, one of the ants said, "O ye ant, get into the human habitations, get into your habitations, lest Solomon and his army will unknowingly trample you beneath the feet." People may think, what kind of a fairy tale book is the Quran? The ants talking among themselves? It sounds like a fairy tale book. What an old book it is, 400 years back. But today, after science has advanced, we have come to know that the animal or insect which has the closest resemblance to the lifestyle of the human being, it is the ant. The ant buries the dead the same way as we human beings do. They have a very sophisticated method of labor in which they have managers, their foremen, their supervisors, their workers. They have a very sophisticated method of communication where they speak to each other. They very often meet to chat. They even have marketplaces where they exchange goods. You know how we have marketplaces, how we have souk. The ants have marketplaces where they exchange goods. They even have marketplaces where they exchange goods. You know how we have marketplaces, how we have souk. The ants have marketplaces where they exchange goods.
Chapter 27, verse number 18. Until when they came upon the valley of the ants, an ant said, look, for females. Look, between two brackets for females. O ants, enter your homes so that you do not be crushed by Solomon and his soldier while they don't feel it. Okay, let us see what is next. Now, until now, we did not get the proof of this is about female ants. For the word said is qala. It's qala for a male. That's correct. Qalat is for female. That's true. That's correct. I agree with that.
This is not Allah's kalam. This is Muhammad's cleverness. Very clever man. This is not Allah's kalam. This is Muhammad's cleverness. Very clever man.
The Quran use qalat. Oh boy, I love it. I mean, this is amazing. This is so good. That's amazing. I don't know what to say. Oh my. All right. My friend, for all the Muslims who do not speak Arabic, in Arabic we don't have a word for a male ant. So all the ants, we call them, either we say naml if we speak about a group, or we say namla if we speak about one. So they did fool you and they say the Quran says it's a namla, it's a female. Well, all of them, they are females. So all the ants in Arabic are, any ant I see, I call it namla. Namla. So we do not have a word as male ant. All the ants, when we speak about individual ant, we call it namla. So the liars, they lie to you and they say the Quran, he speak to the female. This is a lie. All the ants, as long as it is individual ant, it's called namla. If there are many, we say naml. It's a big fat lie, and you can open the dictionary right now and you will see that this is not for a male and neither for a female. It's for all. Lies is a profession these days. Namla. Do you see it, my friend? This is a word we use for all kind of ants. You see, we Arab, we don't have sharp eyes to the point we look at the ant and we know if it has balls or not. Those are insects, the same as we say for nahla, which mean the bees. If an Arab guy, he saw an insect which is a bee, he say nahla. All right, do you see it? Nahla. But doesn't mean he mean it is a female, even though the word is a female. He is just saying it is a bee. Now here, the stupid maker of the Quran, he forgot something, that ants are deaf and they are mute.
Ants usually communicate using chemical signals.
So how, for God's sake, the ant, she said, if there's any Muslim? So they just admitted that the ant said. Ants don't talk. Ants, they are deaf and they are mute. They communicate, but not by talking. They are deaf. I mean, do you know what deaf mean? That's stupid to say they talk. by using their voice, because the Quran said, the ant said. Do you see it here in the top? It says the Quran said, the ant said, which is obviously a stupid statement in the Quran. The Quran in the verse after it, it says, Sulaiman, he heard her speech. When the ant said, Sulaiman heard. What he did? Heard. So Sulaiman, he heard the voice of the ant and he understand their languages. This is what the Quran is saying. And that is a very stupid statement, because ants don't talk and they don't have a language of words. And the word qal and qalat, you idiot, this is a language of a human being, and especially in Arabic. Now, according to the Quran, Allah, he taught Sulaiman the language of birds. Listen carefully. I'm going to get the Abdul busted from their statement. They just said that the Quran, confirming the Quran is speaking to the one who do not fly. Is that correct? Read with me. All male ants have wings. And as you see, the whole article confirming that the Quran obviously is speaking to the female which do not have wings. Correct? Okay. Abdul, Allah, he taught Sulaiman the language of the birds only. How he can speak to someone is not, or let us say understand someone is not a bird. And as you see, you cannot say this is a bird, because obviously it doesn't even fly, and you are the one who confirmed that. Who is a Muslim wanna call us? So this is a big fat lie made by the Muslims to convince you that this is a miracle in the Quran. Allah, he called the ants who cannot fly, he called them females, when the language is so clear. All the ants in Arabic are females. If we go right now and we search in Google, ants are deaf. Do you see it in Muslims? Hello? A sound is a traveling vibration. Ants do not have ears in their head. So what they do, they feel the vibration. You see it? Muslim, do you see it? So how they communicate? There's two ways actually. There is vibration and there's chemical, and that's it. So the whole story of the Quran about the ant, she spoke to the ant, and Sulaiman, he heard the speech of the ant, is a fictional story. Muhammad, he stole it from the legends of the Jews. Why you fabricate and you say it is a miracle in the Quran when it is not?